We've got here today Etienne Hugel from the famous Alsace family. Very privileged to have you here today. You're talking about your wines, and the first wine that we're tasting today, in fact, is it's a new label for you, isn't it? The Gentil. Perhaps you could explain a little bit about it.
It's a new label in this country because Gentil goes back to an old tradition in Alsace, where some of the best wines were blends, and Gentil at the time meant blend of noble grapes. So we reintroduced this label based on this old recipe. So this wine is basically 20% Riesling, 20% Gewürztraminer, 20% Pinot Gris, which are the three best grape varieties of Alsace. A tiny bit of Muscat for the aromatics, and a base of Sylvaner, really to provide drinkability, light, refreshing character.
And this is from the 2007 vintage, which I believe was a great vintage, wasn't it?
Great, yeah. You know, French vintners like to always call the vintage they sell the vintage of the century, but really in Alsace we've had, you know, a run of good vintages, except 2006, which was difficult, but 2007 was one of the top three vintage of the last 20 years. You know, we all remember, I think, in this country, the poor, miserable summer, July, August, which were quite cool. This turned in Alsace to our advantage. We had similar condition, but very dry conditions, so which made the growing season even longer. And this is the key to purity, intensity of flavor in Alsace wine, slow maturation of the grape. So we ended up in 2007 with a great Indian summer in September, and perfect ripening, very sound grapes, good level of acidity because there was never any excessive heat, so wines which are really as good as any vintage.
Okay.